Hey, my friends, how you doing? This is Coffee Chug, and I'm here with just a very quick, brief overview of Scratch 3.0. I know many of you in education as teachers, you're excited for this, but it's hard to find time, especially in the middle of the year, to begin to wrap your head around all the new things taking place. For many of you, you're just getting started using Lego WeDo or Makey Makey or just Scratch in general, and you've finally been able to get a basic understanding when we had Scratch 2.0, which Scratch 2.0 still does work, but we have Scratch 3.0, which is phenomenal. And so, what I want to do is just very quickly, I'm not going to go into great detail into these because in the future episodes, we're going to dive deep and actually do some projects together. But I want to give you a quick overview of some of the things that are different and things that are new in Scratch 3.0. Some of the things I think are going to be super awesome and effective for many classroom teachers before we even get into the new blocks and features is that the new system requirements for Scratch have been updated. What I mean by that is many of you had to rely on Chromebooks or a desktop or a laptop in order to make this work. Now in Scratch 3.0, you can use Chrome, you can use Edge, you can use Firefox, you can use Safari. You have all the different web browsers that you could use. Even better, it now works on tablets. So now for those classrooms that have classroom sets of iPads or Kindles or whatever your tablet device might be, we can now actually program in Scratch. This is one of the reasons why so many of the blocks have increased in size is to help that drag and drop feature. So it's easier to drag and tap the blocks. And so this helps as we think about that new interface. A lot of people are like, "Wow, these blocks are so big," but we have to start to think about the touchscreen generation. This is all that they know, and so those are some things I think are going to be huge for many of you. The other thing that's huge as an educator is you can actually download Scratch 3.0 to your desktop. So if you have issues with internet and Wi-Fi, maybe your school district doesn't allow that, you can actually download Scratch 3.0. A lot of people don't realize that. And I'll make sure the link to all these things are in the show notes for you to check out. And so a couple things that you're going to be like, okay, those things are great, but what about these blocks? So things that you're going to notice first, this screen here, our animation screen is moved to the right. Our coding platform right here is still in the middle, but our blocks are now over here to the left. They are color coded. For the most part, things have relatively stayed the same in terms of color. Things have moved a little bit because of this awesome feature down here, which is the extensions. This now allows us to become way more interactive. Our pen now is in here. We can do video sensing with our camera and our devices, text to speech, which is going to be so phenomenal for so many projects as we start to think about how do we expand coding and computer science and just physical computing in all subject areas. This is really going to knock it out of the park, combined with translating text in the Scratch as well. We've got our Makey Makey edition here. We now have Microbit in there, Lego Mindstorms, Lego WeDo, and we know that these things are just going to continue to increase as time goes on. And so these are built-in blocks that are going to make our life so much easier. We will come back to these in greater detail in future episodes. I just want you to realize that it's a smoother transition now to get the physical computing going with our Scratch 3.0 programming blocks. The other things that are in here that are really, really exciting. First, in sound, we've got all sorts of new blocks here. We've got new sound effects. We've got different things that we can do. We can change the pitch, the volume. The other things that are kind of cool in here in this sound is when we go to record now, things that we can do is the audio trimming system is easier. It almost just kind of happens, and we can also add sound effects to our sound now, such as going faster or slower, or adding an echo or making it sound like a robot. So these are some things that we're going to do here in future episodes, but just know that they're all in here. Some of the other things that are in these blocks are operators. We have more options in here to do more kind of coding, more kind of mathematical functions, more types to do with text strings, things like that. This has just become more robust to make our lives way more advanced to do some really, really cool things that we weren't able to do before. Pen blocks have definitely changed too, and so we're going to be able to add some things with our pen blocks that we weren't able to have before. The new glide block allows us to move sprites across the screen much smoother and easier than before. And then, like we talked about, all the extensions. So I know I haven't gone into detail yet. We will, I promise. We're going to break all these down by some projects, different things that we can do. I just want you to realize how many amazing things are in here. Not only that, but all the new features. There are so many more new sprites, the new animations, the way these guys move and flow. There's just so many more amazing options that we have never had before. It's just going to make everything so much better. Guys, I'm telling you, you are going to love the things going on in Scratch 3.0. So this is just a very quick overview of just some of the things that I'm excited about with the new features. So let's dive in. In the next episode, we're actually going to spend some time breaking out some of these things in greater detail so we can see what it's all about. All right, guys, this is Coffee Chug with just a very quick overview of Scratch 3.0, the things that I'm pretty jacked to see and do. And until the next episode, stay awesome. Let me know, what have you been working on already? What are you excited to try? What questions do you have? Let's start to work to make Scratch 3.0 simply amazing. Take care.